Deception under the big top, the Leo full moon, the extended cut. Keep your eyes and your ears open. Don't just watch where they point the spotlight. Look in the shadows too. This is your weekly insight for February 9th to the 15th, 2025. Hi, I'm Dale the Astrologer. Happy Valentine's Day to those of you that swing that way. The full moon brings to culmination and illumination whatever began 6 months ago on the new moon. The new moon was August 4th, 2024 at 12 degrees 34 minutes Leo. In my favorite moon book, Moon Phase Astrology by Raven Caldera, he gives the new moon Leo archetype the name, the Sun Child's moon. He writes, the Sun Child is the archetypal prodigy, amazingly creative and talented, good at everything, making people gasp and drop their jaws, and charming the pants off them in the process. He loves the spotlight, and it loves him back. It seems as if his job in the world is to spread light and joy, and he trustingly gives his whole soul to the audience. On the other hand, it's not hard at all for the child to get spoiled and turn into a demanding, insufferable brat or a little manipulator who tries to get everything he wants through charm. The Leo new moon is for the unbridled pursuit of creative endeavors, simply for the joy of living. On the new moon, August 2024, the new moon over Mars, midpoint, formed a 45-degree angle with Uranus. Sun over Mars, the will to live, vitality and vigor, activity. With Uranus, premature action or hastiness, impulsive behavior, the tendency to do one's work in a state of excitement, overtaxing one's strength, sudden events, adjustment to new circumstances or conditions. Moon over Mars is excitement, impulsiveness, the expression of intense emotion, actions which are directed by the unconscious. With Uranus, quick irritability, a quick and violent temper, inclination to give back as well as to take, or to hit back at once under provocation, an irascible nature, prone to sudden anger, sudden experiences in a woman's life. So the new moon over Mars midpoint was 11 degrees 15 minutes Cancer, and Mars was on royal fixed star Aldebaran, 9 degrees 57 minutes Gemini, Archangel Michael's fixed star, the fastest of the angels. New moon over Mars in Cancer, a new beginning related to royalty, Leo, information, Gemini, related to our homeland, emotions, that midpoint falling in Cancer. Uranus is electricity and information. In Taurus, the earth, paper, personal security. This new moon equal Uranus sounds like perhaps a passionate, or rash, or hasty activity, accomplishing a sudden change, financially, having to do with home or homeland. Wow, that great dean's distracting. Jupiter over node equals the new moon. Jupiter over node is good relationships and connections and agreeable or pleasant contact, entering into advantageous associations with the Leo new moon. New beginnings for the pride. I study a lot of Dane Rudyard, so to me everything unfolds from the new moon. This full moon at 24 degrees, Leo T-squares Uranus. It made me think, way back on February 10th, 2017, we had a penumbral lunar eclipse at 2235 Leo, which trined Uranus at 21 Aries. With this full moon square Uranus, combined with a new Venus synodic cycle beginning next month at 2 degrees Aries to close out the one which started March 2017, could we be bringing to culmination this week something much bigger than just what started 6 months ago? Something from February and March 2017? I even find myself getting in my way back machine and going back to the last Leo new moon before 9/11, way back to August 11th, 2001, when the new moon at 26 Leo opposed Uranus retrograde at 2243 Aquarius. But back to this full moon, 24 Leo, T-square Uranus. In Raven Caldera moon phase astrology, he gives this archetype name the Queen's Moon. He says, people are drawn to her and inspired by her example to do things they never thought possible. On the Queen's Moon, we take charge of a situation. It's a day for leadership. If leadership isn't your thing, do something nice for a woman who's in a position of leadership and power in the outside world and whom you respect. It's a way of showing appreciation for honorable and skilled leaders. This full moon squares Uranus. Any midpoint made by the sun over a planet is also made by the moon over that planet on the full moon. Sun over moon equal Uranus. The urge for freedom, the urge to act independently, lack of adaptability, inner rebellion, sudden events in friendship, marriage, parental home, shared upsets, sudden conflicts, separations of the partners. The moon over Jupiter squares Mars, love of enterprise, striving for success, success of a woman. Sun over Jupiter square Mars, a healthy expression of willpower and of natural urges or desires, urge to strive for something or achieve something in life, zeal and eagerness, courage, successful activity. The moon Neptune midpoint squares Jupiter, abundant powers of imagination, fantasy, good understanding of others through sympathetic and compassionate attitude, far-reaching wishes, artistic successes. Sun over Neptune squared Jupiter, optimism, achievement of success with little exertion. The moon-Pluto midpoint forms a 45-degree angle with Neptune in the north node. Moon over Pluto, extreme emotional life or extreme expression of feeling, with Neptune, hypersensitivity, psychometric gifts or talents, sentimentality, depression, lack of willpower, with north node, upsets in associations or in teamwork caused by peculiar emotional reactions, a lack of adaptability. Sun over Pluto with Neptune, undermining a vocational position, martyrdom. Sun Pluto with node, lack of adaptability, fateful associations, separations. The moon over node is conjunct Jupiter, a generous behavior in associations, confidence in teamwork, successful unions or associations, happy relations with a woman. Sun over node with Jupiter, seeking public recognition. To have all these midpoints active at less than 1 degree orb on the Leo full moon is really exceptional, and it feels a little bit scary. It really has much more of a shock and awe feeling of us all watching the circus together than of us taking action. With Ceres, motherhood, nutrition, and nurturing, smack dab between the sun and Mercury. Can we expect some big announcement about food that will be the distraction or attempted distraction from the real story? Try to channel your frustration into loving and supporting your kids and women. Recognize good female leaders. And remember, when it comes to the pride, it's the lionesses that hunt and provide, while those lazy lions lay around licking their paws. Let them have their circus.